Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be chatting about tanks in Battlefield 6. Tanks are one of the cornerstones to any military. The M1 Abrams entered service in the 1980s as the United States' main battle tank. The tank first used in Operation Desert Storm in the Gulf War, and at this point was still untested in combat. Later, the war in Afghanistan and Iraq, and most recently, it has been used in Ukraine against the Russian invasion. It still remains a powerhouse of the US Army. Pretty cool, to be honest. I've always been a fan of tanks. The raw power is almost unfathomable, and in Battlefield 6 during the open beta, it was one of my favorite choices of gameplay. Of course, in the game, there are lots of infantry and a ton of enemy engineers with loads of RPGs trying to destroy you, so that can make it pretty tricky. And the maps were quite tough for a tank commander to navigate due to lots of small alleyways, close quarter streets, and bottleneck areas, which allow for ambush or sabotage of your tank. I'm going to share some tips and thoughts on how I use the tank to help you make the right decisions so that your team can keep pressure against your enemy in Battlefield 6 and get those wins. Before we get into the tank, let's quickly jump into the settings. The first thing I like to do is go to the aim speed, as it's very important to dial in what you are comfortable with. I like to have my aim sensitivity for the tank a little bit higher than normal to help with the slow turning of the turret. This will help you react to surprise soldiers or vehicles attempting to flank you. The enter and exit key is currently set to E. You could rebind this to make sure you don't hit it and force you out of the tank by mistake. Choose a key that's a little bit harder to use, maybe further along the keyboard. Remember to set your POV setting on vehicles to as high as you can so that you have more field of vision in third-person mode. Have a look at the keybinds too to make sure you're aware of any tools or abilities that you have access to. As a driver, being aware of your surroundings is vital to staying alive. Are you down a narrow street where enemies can easily approach the side of the tank or even flank you and come up behind? Or buildings that C4 can be thrown from floors above? Are you in an open area where you're exposed to an array of sight lines where enemies can fire an overwhelming amount of RPGs at the same time as maybe a vehicle coming up? Or enemy vehicles being able to catch you unaware, including helicopters and our most feared opposition, the jet. If you are in the open and you need to, you have access to a smoke cover ability, and this will allow you to use the speed acceleration to help you move to cover. Taking note of how the terrain can assist in providing cover to the sides, the front, or even the back of the tank, such as rocks, walls, barriers, or even vehicle carcasses, can drastically help keep you alive. When you're moving through the environment, keep an eye out for obstacles to help you potentially block incoming fire and make your tank harder to hit. When moving into an area of attack, always have a plan for a linear retreat if possible, as it'll be the fastest and easiest method for you to get out of there. Turning this beast in reverse doesn't always feel great, and you'll find you'll often hit obstacles if you aren't used to it. I like to think about a straight line forward and back that I can advance and reverse when needed. Turning in the tank can be really awkward, especially when moving between the two as you're trying to turn. Plan ahead when you move into a position of attack. Take note of the direction that your tank is facing so that you can easily retreat without running into any obstacles. As you're moving back and forward, try to use the third person and the first person view, one after each other, whichever you may need, to help you maneuver the tank through the terrain. I often use the third person while just kind of covering ground and moving forward, or if I feel like there might be some obstacles behind me that I might need to be dodging as I reverse or reposition. I tend to use the first person when shooting, as I feel like it's a lot more accurate when you are trying to shoot enemies, whether they are vehicles or infantry, especially when there are at a lot further distances away. Playing a tank is like a cat and mouse game, and applying pressure by facing off with a tank or infantry near an objective and then retreating slightly to repair, and then you can repeat that process over and over. Retreating for a few seconds is a lot better than dying. Think about the time it takes between the shots that you're taking against an enemy tank, and their shots are going to roughly be a similar amount of time in terms of that reload. So try to estimate the timing of the shots that the enemy is taking, and then you can essentially shoot, back off, hopefully they miss you, and then come out, shoot, back off again. And that'll just try to, especially if you have some cover in front of you, that'll help you kind of get ahead in terms of the damage race between the two vehicles. This will increase the chance that they miss that shot on you, especially if they don't have engineers around to help make sure you get the kill, as well as keep you a lot safer in battle. Choosing the right ammunition types for the fight is key to winning as well. The first is the multi-purpose round, which is decent at fighting infantry and vehicles. The next is armor-piercing rounds, which excel at fighting enemy armor. And then you have the high explosive round, which is good for fighting infantry and unarmored targets. When changing between the ammo types, think about where your tank is situated. Try not to be exposed when changing ammo types, as it takes some time to actually change and reload the ammo, meaning you could take a lot of damage, a couple shots while you're exposed. So to avoid this, reverse into cover, change the ammo before you peek out again, and this can just kind of help you change and use that best ammo type for the situation as things kind of change dynamically in front of you. Remember, you also have a 50 cal that you can switch to on the main cannon to deal with infantry. I found it to be very strong in Battlefield 6, even at a good range against infantry too. Having a good gunner is key to having an extra layer of protection against infantry who are trying to take you out. A gunner can cover the directions that the driver is not looking at, as well as help with eliminating threats ahead, especially when there are a lot of infantry around and you're in a map like Siege of Cairo, which is very tight for tanks in the streets. Your gunner can also get out and repair the vehicle if absolutely necessary. The gunner has access to a cone of smoke that can shoot out in front of the vehicle, which will allow you to disorientate enemies and give you some cover to essentially back off or do some repairing. Take note that the driver also has access to smoke and can disrupt the enemy's vision on the tank if you decide to reposition, flank, or retreat. Around the map are repair and resupply points. Keep an eye out on your ammunition supply as you fight, and take note where these stations are. You can go to those if you feel like you're running low, or if you need to retreat to one after you're taking large amount of damage. This is something you'll have to do if you don't have any engineers around. Of course, the best way to play is with friends, and if you can find a group of friends who want to play as a tank squad, you can have some men be engineers for repairs, as well as a gunner to help you truly become a wrecking ball of destruction in Battlefield 6. They can respawn on you and allow you to continue to pressure the enemy through the match and get those wins. If you don't feel comfortable taking the tank in the online modes, you can always practice using the tank in a bot game, which will allow you to get used to how the tank is shooting, as well as the movement, and test out some of these things we've talked about. Let me know in the comments below how you like to use the tank in Battlefield, as well as if this was helpful for you. And if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe for more content. I'll be heading away through the beginning of October, but when I get back, we're going to get stuck into some Arc Raiders. Thanks a lot, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye. Up more. There's a fucking tree on me. Dude, there's a tree I can't see.
You?
Yeah, we good?
Been fully repaired, so yeah.
Oh. Dude, where the fuck
Behind us?
They got us, dude. Dude, we did work there. Holy shit.
Push so hard, like holy shit.
Oh shit! There's two right there.
Where are they?
They're pushing? There's two, so just be careful. Grabbing the vehicle, the infantry one.
That's perfect for this.
Objective Charlie has been seized by hostiles.
Yes, D pretty hard here. Not pretty hard. It's not like two of us. There's four of us. Nice.
We now hold more objectives. Secure our defenses. We have eyes on an enemy tank in your area. Attention, we are attempting to capture Delta.
Yes, we got tagged down by like two of us took it down.
And this tank
Pushing
gonna need repairs soon.
Yeah, I'm running that way. Stay alive.
Attention, objective Charlie has been seized by hostiles.
Behind them, there's fucking
Need repairs.
a whole squad of them and me between. We did
Oh yeah,
really well
these
there,
guys
to be
these
honest.
guys have a vehicle. I'm gonna support our squaddy here.
Yeah,
Oh, he's in the
yeah,
big
me
tank too.
You can just hang on to the sides here. That's
So
hilarious.
cool, dude. Like if it's just cruising, you can just hang on the back. It's awesome.
We are attacking objective Alpha.
It's so sick. It's crazy, dude. This game always has so many people just like in the most random locations. Just like you just get swarmed from like directions that you just are like, how the like how? Run, Forrest! When this goes to zero, bring it down. Oh, we need to repair him, repair him. Come here, come here. Okay, good,
Here.
I have eyes on a hostile sniper south of your location.
That guy just abandoned this vehicle? Oh, dude. I was busy healing him, he just abandoned it.
Oh, am I still alive? I'm like a
Get this
corner
tank.
prone. Coming. No. Okay, you're still alive. Never mind. Take down their
That tank survived?
No.
Get him!
I'm coming.
Dude, that tank was so low. 10 tickets left.
4.
Get the last kill.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah, I was 9 and 4 in that game actually.